Yesterday was rather a nice day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Partly cloudy day, not a lot of sun. Temperature was about 76 degrees. Kind of atypical for August. We were about 10 degrees below what is normal temperature-wise. We did have a kind of an unusual event that occurred in the afternoon about 2 o'clock. Windows of the house were all open. We were kind of enjoying the nice weather, and like I say, at about 2 o'clock we heard a very large, not large, but loud crack. My first thought was it sounded like a 22 caliber pistol or rifle being fired. Very loud, very distinct, very high-pitched cracking noise. Okay. That was followed up by my wife, who was downstairs kind of yelling, like, "What was that?" Went outside, looked around, didn't see anything unusual going on. No idea what the cracking noise could be. Just strange, walking around trying to figure out what it was. A little while later, my wife went outside and she found an unusual object on one of our Adirondack chairs that's in a seating area next to our house. And what she found was that she found a roll of something. Of course, this was unraveled by me, but a black object that was about as thick as a crayon, about an inch and a half long, tightly wound up, and it was sitting on the Adirondack chair. I picked it up, and as soon as I picked it up, it started unraveling and kind of looks like what you're seeing here in the video that I'm taking. Couldn't figure out what it was at first. I just kept looking around and thought it looked like a battery, but I wasn't sure. Okay. That evening, when it got dark, I went outside and I noticed that one of our solar lights that we have on a fence post near the gate to our yard, I'm just going to try to pick that up there, wasn't working. I looked at it and I noticed that the bottom looked a little bit deformed. There was a chunk missing and a wire hanging out, as you can see in the video that I'm doing here. Took it off, took the 4 screws out of the thing that holds the back on, and noticed that the inner parts of the battery looked like they were protruding from the battery cylinder itself. I then retrieved the little, what we thought was a battery innards out of the garbage can, waste paper basket on the porch here, and lo and behold, it was the inside of the battery. Also laying on the chair was a little piece at the bottom here. You can see that it actually took a chunk out of the bottom. So what had happened was this rechargeable battery exploded, making a large cracking noise. It exploded with enough force that it shot out the innards of the battery. The battery tore through the case. Okay. You can see that the bottom of the cover of the case is a little bit deformed too. You can see that the heat was also melting it. That hit the ground about 4 feet down in the concrete, flew up into the, this launched out, hit the ground underneath the light. It was about 4 foot off the ground, bounced up and landed on a chair, an Adirondack chair that was about 5 or 6 feet away. Nice little explosion. Probably would have been significant if we were sitting in our seating area on the chair and had that battery explode as it did. Quite an unusual event for us. Thought I would document this and get out for everyone to see.